Yeah. Let's keep it low, Betty. Earn MQT every stride. Build your bag, don't let it slide. Come, step by step, I'm stacking gold. Every mile a story told. Feet on fire, hearts unfold. Run it up, chase the dream. Coins and sweat, a winning team. Pain, 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 pain. Move to earn, move to live. MoveQuest shows what life can give. Earn MQT every stride. Build your bag, don't let it slide. Move to earn, move to live. MoveQuest shows what life can give. Earn MQT every stride. Build your bag, don't let it slide. Every step's a fortune chase. Huddle strong, keep up the pace. Freedom's written in this race. Huddle your coins, hold your ground. Watch the value spin around. Financial freedom feels so sweet. One more step, a new heartbeat. Move to earn, move to live. MoveQuest shows what life can give. Earn MQT every stride. Build your bag, don't let it slide. Move to earn, move to live. MoveQuest shows what life can give. Earn MQT every stride. Build your bag, don't let it slide. Get out, 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 get out. Bang, 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 bang. Get out, 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 get out. MoveQuest shows what life can give. Earn MQT every stride. Build your back, don't let it slide. Move to earn, move to live. MoveQuest shows what life can give. Earn MQT every stride. Build your back, don't let it slide. Get out, 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 get out. Get out, 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 get out.
Good evening, everyone. We'll be getting started here about 5 minutes after the hour. I want to thank everybody for showing up this evening to get the updates and everything going on inside the MoveQuest community. Hang tight for just a minute so we can get a few more people on the call.
Lace up your dreams, the roads you're thrown. Every step you take earns you crypto. Counting stars in the skies are blue, sweat turns to gold, yeah. It's all for you, miles and smiles. The world's your stage. MoveQuest call, MQT paves the way. Steps into gold, watch it unfold. Every move you make, it's a story told. From the spark of dawn to the stars above. Get paid to move, find the life you love. Steps into gold, watch it unfold. Every move you make, it's a story told. From the spark of dawn to the stars above. Get paid to move, find the life you love. Find the life you love. Workers burn, but the fire's sweet. Even your sleeves got the rhythm beat. Calories, dreams, this
feel the ground shake. Every step's a dollar I make. Left foot, right foot, it's a game we play. Health and wealth in a single sway.
Step by step, watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time. Run, walk, jump, it's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy, redefine. Yeah, get healthy, get wealthy.
Redefine. What's my currency? No bank in sight. Sunrise to sunset, I own the night. Every stretch, every twist has a price. This grind pays twice, it's paradise. No excuses, no delay. Every motion makes my pay.
Yeah, hey, step by step,
Watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time.
run, walk, jump.
It's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy.
Yeah,
Redefine.
hey, step by step,
Watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time.
run, walk, jump.
It's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy. Redefine.
Stumble, fall, I'm still in the race. Each bruise another badge I embrace. Momentum builds, can't erase the sound of coins in every pace. Every pace, every pace. Yeah, come out.
Get healthy, get wealthy, redefine.
All right, all right. Want to welcome everybody to tonight's Tuesday night update call. We missed everybody last week, but we're back in action and ready for some nice, wonderful information about everything that's going on inside the world of MoveQuest. Once again, we want to take the time out to thank all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here with us, and especially those of you that are actually new to the community. So just as a form of housekeeping, none of the information that you're going to hear tonight is to be taken or considered as investment advice in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Everything is to give you information about a project we all believe has strong long-term staying power, and so that you can actually have the opportunity to follow along and understand how it may be a fit for you and your family as you continue your and build out your portfolio. So as always, I have a couple of guests here with me this evening. We want to introduce Mr. Hayden Brown. How are you doing this evening, Mr. Hayden?
I am doing fantastic, Mr. Herschel Crow. How you doing, bro? That hoodie is looking fire.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, I'm
What's
looking
going
forward to
on
getting
in
me
your
one of
world?
those. Yo, listen, man, I don't know about everybody else, but as always, I'm very fired up. There are so many things going on. And, I just want to give it back to you, Herschel. You're doing an amazing job with the 90-day Elite Challenge. I'm super excited by just all the feedback that we're getting about it, the videos that are being uploaded on the social platforms. It's amazing. It's cool to see all this activity, bro. Well done.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I believe a lot of people, we're starting to get some, what I believe what it's doing is actually capturing the true essence of what this platform, of one of the key elements, I should say, of what this platform actually represents. We oftentimes, and don't get me wrong, it's important to look at the wealth side of things, but the health side is extremely important as well. And individuals that have accepted the challenge are actually, positioning themselves. They've made a commitment to stick to something for a specified period of time or whatever in order to achieve a personal goal that they have set for themselves. And as a community, we're there to help and support them along the way. We are officially, right at 2 weeks into, a little over 2 weeks into the challenge right now during the registration period. Registration actually ends on October the 20th. So those of you that have not taken the time or had the opportunity to go to MoveQuest Challenges with an S.com to actually determine or consider whether or not you would like to participate, that time will end on October the 20th. And that's when all the good fun actually begins or whatever. So I encourage any and all of you that, have any level of interest to come and check that out. And more importantly, come and support the community in our Facebook group, whatever, follow the page rather in our Facebook group, so you can actually see the journey that people are actually going on as they're sharing, their experiences, their workouts, their, the good, the bads, the uglies, or whatever their challenges when it comes to whatever they're meeting, whatever their goals and objectives are. And that's what I believe, is a major component of what this platform actually brings on the health and fitness side of the spectrum, sir.
That's it. No, you hit it right on the nail. It is super exciting. Let the games begin. Anyways, good evening, everyone. It's Tuesday night, the night that we all get regular updates, all types of goodies, what's going on with MoveQuest, the latest and the greatest. And there's only one way to really say this. You are locked in to the number one decentralized crypto and blockchain move to earn app in the world. This is Hayden Andre, your friendly neighborhood digital asset investor. I am always energized, always supercharged, and extremely excited about success. We are officially in fourth quarter 2025. Think back, it seems like this year just got started, and right now we only got 3 months left. Big shout outs to the A players out here with the super shiny diamond hands. Every single one of you is winning in an extra big way by holding on to the MQT strategically in the golden hatchery. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You got to keep your eyes on the prize. There is a good reason why they refer to holding strong in times of intense heat as hands made of diamonds. For those of you who don't know, the hatchery filled up very fast last week, or a couple weeks ago, that is. And the good news is the developers were quick to flex the mathematical calculations to readjust and make an increase to the capacity of the hatchery. So those of you who are mining daily and you want to maximize the digital assets so that you can receive as much MQT as possible for your activity, now is the time to take action. Go into the golden hatchery as soon as possible. It is wide open and there's room for more in this party. So just a quick reminder, as the reminder benefits the entrepreneur, make sure that you are all applying common sense when it comes to safety, security, and best practices. Every single day, there are cases of people falling for all kinds of crazy tricks that we warn against every single event. MoveQuest does not offer customer support via Discord or any other social media platform. MoveQuest technical and customer support is only available via Zoom, Monday through Friday, and you can access that right from the MoveQuest app. Do not share your wallet security information with anyone. No one from MoveQuest will ever contact you and request that information to help you out. Do not click on any strange links. Be careful connecting your wallet. Make sure that it's only on platforms that are 100% secure. Herschel, that's all from me for tonight. I'm encouraging everybody to stay focused, stay rich, max out, level up. Herschel, back over to you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Hayden, for sharing that with us this evening. So I know for the sake of time, we're going to go ahead and, bring on Miss Lynette so that she can actually share the information that she wants to share with the community this evening about where we are and, what's going on and what to look forward to and, and all those good things. So, Miss Lynette, are you here with us, ma'am?
I am.
Wonderful.
How is everybody tonight?
Doing great, ma'am. Yourself?
I'm doing good. It's been meeting with Waleed, and I got my brain a little off kilter. Normally, I take about 30 minutes before I get on one of these calls so I can make sure I'm ready instead of getting myself all warped around. But okay. These days, another mouse. Okay. Sorry. Get that done. Let me come over here. I'm gonna get out of WhatsApp quick just so I can pay attention. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is share my screen. I'm going to give you guys some quick updates. I'm not going to keep you on the call real long. So let me just go over a few things quickly. The boosts are ready to go. The minor power-ups are ready to go. I am completing the documentation on those so that they'll be on site so everybody knows exactly how they work and what they are so that there's no questions. And so I've been actually working on fresh documents for everything across the board. MoveQuest, those will all be loaded up on your dashboard here in the next couple of days. So you'll have whatever it is that you need. If you're talking about MoveQuest and somebody wants more information, you'll have it right at your fingertips. You'll be able to go to your dashboard and send them a link with all the documentation on whatever it is they want to know. That will be the same with all the elements in the minors, how the attributes work, how the commissions work, how the intensity tiers work, all kinds of things that everybody has questions about. You'll have all that documentation this week. I'm just completing it. Let's see. Okay, so that's the boost. Okay, the evolution contract now takes MoveQuest. It no longer takes USDT. So those of you who want to evolve your miners up to higher powered miners no longer have to sell your MoveQuest for USDT to evolve. You will just simply use your MoveQuest tokens. I believe that is already live. I'll have to ask for sure, but if it's not live, it will be by morning. We will be introducing another piece of the gamification, which is your avatars. These are going to be derived from your mining doc wallet. They'll all be unique, and these avatars will also give you some boosts on your mining power as well. Let's see here. What else is there? As I've told everybody before, we're winding down our roadmap. Okay, this is it was a 4-year roadmap. We're in the last quarter of that roadmap. The only thing that's left to complete are the challenges. Okay, that's it. The leasing is done. Everything is done. Let's back up. Make sure everybody can hear me good. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, back at my iPad earbuds. I mean, okay, so literally, and you guys have no idea what a relief it is to know that we're 4 years of developing this project, and we're almost done. So that's a big achievement for all of you, but especially for all of us that have been working behind the scenes. We're going to be able to exhale for a minute before we start Roadmap 2.0, which we'll be introducing shortly, and that will begin obviously in the first quarter of 2026. So I am gonna share my screen. So I want to give you guys some updates on the tokenomics, okay, on where we're sitting with the tokens. We have a lot that's going to be taking place this week. You guys probably have a lot. You'll have to try to keep up with us, and things are going to start moving really, really fast. You're going to see a facelift on your dashboard. I keep telling Waleed it looks like a hoarder's house, and that dashboard needs to be cleaned up so it's simplified so people can find things super easy and more organized. So you'll be seeing that happening. We are in the process of hiring a 3D graphics designer that's going to be really beefing up what those miners are going to really give us that gamification look that we need to have for this project, along with the avatars and a lot of the other features that we're going to be adding. So we'll let you know when we have decided upon a person that will be doing that. Somebody put it to me. I can't remember who said it to me. It just made me laugh, and I still chuckle about it. So, we're not looking for somebody that knows how to fish. We're looking for somebody that knows how to do the 3D creation that we want. So it's somebody that'll be professional, that knows what they're doing and has been doing it for a long time and are proven. And a couple that we're looking at have done some pretty popular, very well-known game names. So you'll see this take on a whole different look. Let's see. What do I want to go over next? I know I want to go over where the token. I think I'm going to go over. I am going to share my screen. I'm not going to go through this whole presentation. It's going to be available on the website, and this is only for people who have an interest in this. All right. So let me play this real quick. Get back up here. So all of the documents that you're going to be seeing loaded up onto your dashboard this week are going to have the same look. I really got tired of trying to make them fancy with all kinds of graphics. So you've got a first page graphic. This one happens to be the seller and influencer accounts. And then after that, it's just simple information. This will be available for all of you guys to read. So I'm just going to bop right down to what's important. Okay. I'm not going to go over everything. Currently, all right, we have 23 active sales managers. We are going in a different direction when it comes to people that want to build MoveQuest. Okay, we are looking for sellers that have an existing network or projects, influencers. That's what we're looking for. This is not a project where there's a requirement for people to do recruiting. It's not like that. However, this is also a very big project, a one of its kind. And because of the way it has been designed, it's very lucrative for those who do have those lists and people that do like to sell. So, how this works is we have a smart contract that now manages managers and sellers, influencers, and projects for commissions. And it's based on mining doc sales. And I'll just give you a real quick overview. Right now, we currently have 23 managers. They create seller accounts. And then those sellers can create seller accounts. So look at it as though, you know, let's say you work at a car lot. Okay, you've got a manager, and then they have their salespeople, and then they break away into other teams, or maybe even at a telemarketing thing. I don't know. Nobody will probably remember this unless you're my age, but remember the photography studio that was Olin Mills? And you used to create, you know, you'd go, I actually worked at Olin Mills when I was 16 years old. I'd be on the phone selling those photo packages. But we had a team manager, and there was 5 or 6 of us on her team. And then there was another manager, and there was 5 or 6 on their team. And they were responsible for the team of people that were working with them, yada, yada. A manager has a 30% commission window to work in. When they create a seller's account, let's say I'm a manager and I go to Judy and she is the seller. She has a team of people. I can give her a percentage of my 30%. I set it up on my dashboard. She's part of my sales team now. So if I want to assign 15% to her, and now Judy wants to go and create her sales team, now she can give a percentage of her 15% to her team. Okay, and the smart contract manages all of that. There is no lineage, there's no MLM, there's no levels, there's nothing like that here. MoveQuest just has a contract that allocates 30% commission to sales managers, and then the sales managers, you know, create their sales teams, and they do basically work with their team to make sure that they're getting the sales that they want. So this is going to give you an idea. To be a manager, you have to have 10,000 sales between you and your sales team. And then you would get that 30%. So if I'm a manager, and let's say Judy is on my sales team, but her and her teams have had those 10,000 dock slot sales. She now becomes a manager, but I'm going to get a bonus of 5% on every sale, whether it's direct or indirect. These do not have to be direct. You can be a manager and never sell one dock slot, but you can have a team of people who are selling for you, and you're still going to get your commission, whether you sold or not. In total, for every 10,000 mining dock slots that have been unlocked, it will pay $2.1 million. So in this example, and the manager has full control over what they pay their sales team and commission, whether it's based on production, they can change it, they can increase it, they can lower it, they can even remove you from their sales team. Okay. and it's, like I said, all managed by this contract. It's your business. There's no overseeing or management done because MoveQuest is not a company. So if I'm a manager and I'm getting 30% and I want to give Judy 21% on her first 100 sales, that means that we're going to split that commission. I get the 21, I'm going to give her 9%, sorry. That means I'm going to get 21% of everything she sells and she's going to get 9%. So the smart contract is going to escrow $15,120 until I claim it. And for Judy, it's going to escrow $6,480 until she claims it. But then Judy has a sales team. And so now between her and her sales team, they've generated 250 sales. So I'm going to bump her up and give her 12% commission. So you can do this any way you want and pay your sales team whatever it is that you want to pay them. What matters is how well connected you are with your team, how motivating you are for your team, what kind of support do you give them, do they understand MoveQuest? And I think the dynamic of that will make things a lot better for our sellers. It's also great for projects. Projects, as long as they have the ability to onboard 10,000 users, they start right out at 30% commission. And so for projects, it's great because it's really fast revenue for them. They can onboard, their current community. And some of these projects got massive numbers in their communities. Let's say you are a manager who brings a project, and let's say they do have, they onboard 10,000 people in 30 days from their community, and they're getting 30%. Granted, they're making that 2.1 million, but you made 5%. And so that's nothing to sneeze at either. That's really good. That's really good money because we pre-set them up with a manager's account if they can do that. Now, if they don't meet that criteria, they wouldn't get that 30%. They would fall back down into one of those lower brackets, whatever that manager that shared that project, who shared the project with us, whoever that manager is, then they would assume whatever their commission structure is. So just letting you know that this is here, it's up, and it is operating right now. There will be a form on the website in the next couple of days. So if you are somebody who has that built-in list, or you want to build a sales team, maybe you don't have a list, but you are good with people and you can build a sales team underneath you and you want to pursue this, you would fill out that form on the website and you would be assigned a seller's account under one of our current managers. And then the smart contract would automatically promote you to a manager when you've reached that criteria. And now you would have that 30% and you would be able to allocate more to your team. So remember, if you already have a network and you are interested in this, we can bump you up as a manager as long as whatever time frame you say you can reach your goal in is met. You'd be able to maintain that status. But if you didn't, then you would just go back down to a seller account underneath a manager. So I'm not going to go over all this. That's something that you guys can look at on the website. So this isn't for everybody, and don't feel like it has to be. We're in a different direction. We are now onboarding projects and working with those larger lists, and we're getting ready to do our marketing. So if you're not one of those people, don't feel bad. Just enjoy the app, continue becoming more healthy, and banking up those MoveQuest tokens and getting them in the hatchery. I am going to share with you some of the tokenomics. I tried to simplify this. We're in a really good spot right now. I know people don't like the market value of the token, and I absolutely love the market value of the token, as silly as that may sound, because once we get this next couple of weeks wrapped up, we're going to really start beefing up that liquidity pool. People will have started coming out of the golden hatchery. We'll have or not golden hatchery, but the incubator hatchery where you get those vanguards. And we're going to have a really good idea of how many MoveQuest tokens are actually going to be staked. One thing that you guys should be really excited about, I'm always amazed by this. You see the selling pressure because, we haven't really gone out and tried to build the community. We've been so focused on development and what we're doing here to get this project ready to go that we haven't focused on on building the community. We've kind of left that up to you, the community, to share it. We're at a point where we'll start picking up that slack and doing it ourselves through our marketing methods that we're going to be using. To date, let's see how many right here. 1.6 million MoveQuest tokens are out and about, okay, outside of the vault. There's 19,327,111 out of the 21 million, okay? All the hatcheries combined have got 572,187 MoveQuest tokens. Now that is a big deal because when you come down here, the mining token, 1,129,500 MoveQuest tokens have been mined since August 1st of 2024. 1.1 million. So when you look at what's in the hatchery and what is being held in wallets, to me, that says a lot about our community because there's almost 1 million tokens that are being held by the community out of the 1.1 million. So what do we have? We have, let me just do this right here just so we have it. We have 579 and the 294. 866,000 MoveQuest tokens are being held by this community. Okay, that's a big deal. That really is that's amazing because people see the selling and they think, wow, they just keep selling their MoveQuest tokens, but really they're not. Yes, there's people selling it, but imagine if this community was really growing, right? That major demand that was there. Actually, what's being sold is not much at all in the large scope of things. Do we want to see those kind of sellings right now? No, not really. But you got to kind of look at the numbers. Of the 1.1 million, our current community is holding 866,303 MoveQuest tokens. That's a big deal. So there's been a lot of new buyers, yes, you know what I mean? And there's been a lot of MoveQuest sold, but they are being bought up and they are being held. That to me is a very promising sign. The more MoveQuest that we have in the hatcheries, the better, okay, for bringing the pool fluid and for the algorithm on the ecosystem to kick in. I am going to be going over some things that will be coming into play. I wanted to have it ready tonight. I tried to have it ready last night, and I'm still not done with it. But here in the next couple of days, and I think everybody will be excited about it too, it'll really start to put, a fire underneath this as well. And it comes in really good timing with us getting ready to do our marketing, especially with the seller accounts and things like that. If somebody has a list and they want to make some money, I mean, you can make some big cash fast. I know that not everybody can build huge teams. I just know from my days of networking, I have put in tens of thousands of people into projects with my team of people, in 60 to 90 days. And somebody can literally make a couple $1,000,000 as fast as they can onboard their team. That's the one good thing about having a fully decentralized project. We have no overhead costs. The only overhead cost we have is who we pay to help build this project, but actual project costs, like outside of development or outside of, like our customer support and stuff like that, I don't really consider that as project costs because we don't have to offer those things. We just do it because we know that this is a complex project and a lot of people do need help. And that's why we offer it. But, if you took all that away, this project operates for less than $50 a month because it is all on chain and it's all completely decentralized. And you, the user in the community, every time you make an action on the website or in the app, you're making a call to a smart contract because the smart contracts manage this entire project, fully decentralized. That's the beauty of it too. So I just kind of wanted to go over that with you because I think that, some people kind of get lost on the market value of the token. And I was I just went the other day and I looked up all the Move to Earn projects. Their tokens, not a single one of them are over 10 cents, and most of them are barely over a nickel. And so when you look at our market value, and we've got a really, 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 really tiny community of people that don't, and it would be a much bigger if people understood what they really have their hands on. Um, this is an amazing market value. And we are also moving into a different category than move to earn. We are a protocol. We're like a blockchain, but we're not. Okay, a blockchain offers rails for projects to build on. MoveQuest is the rails for other projects to build on. We offer them utility. We offer them a self-funded ecosystem. They get all their own smart contracts. They get everything that MoveQuest has for themselves, for their project, and they control all of that themselves. They can build their own liquidity with it, and they can build upon the MoveQuest project. So look at us like an exchange, but in the staking and in the mining sector of crypto. And there isn't a project out there that offers what we do with that built-in utility, where they have full control and they can do exactly what MoveQuest does, but for their project using our system. This is going to be huge. It's going to go big. It will go viral. And those of you who are here, don't get caught up in the market value of the token. Get caught up in the amount of tokens you can hoard. I'm just giving you not financial advice. I'm just giving you good, friendly advice. Okay? Because you don't have to buy the MoveQuest tokens. You can mine them while you're getting healthy. And we give you the free miners and the phantoms. And don't forget that we are still running the promotion. When you unlock 10 back slots, you get the next 8. And we're going to really start ramping that up here. You'll start seeing things really start kicking off, I would say, on the sales side in the next 5 to 7 days, because everybody's still getting acclimated to how that sales contract works and getting their teams organized and getting everybody ready to roll. A couple of projects that are getting ready to onboard that do have really nice sized communities and getting them educated on the platform. It is a learning curve for some to really understand the scope of it. But everybody that we are talking to absolutely loves it. They're excited about it. And it's actually going to pull some of these projects out of the gutter that don't have that utility, but they have a really promising project in future, but they just didn't have the right funding. They got a community. So we're working with all types right now, and it's a solution for many projects. So I wanted to share this with you because you guys should be actually very excited about this. We're only 22% away from being fluid, and we will take this fluid. Okay, we will get there. What we want to do first is kind of see how many are going to be utilizing the hatchery so that we get a really good idea of where the market value should be when we do take it to as close to fluid as we uh, should be. Okay, we will go so high and keep it within a range of 5 to 10% away from being fluid when we go in to make the big adjustment. And so if you're going into the hatcheries, let us know. That's a really good way to, by the way, to get your MoveQuest. And that's another document that we will have. It will kind of give you an idea of how many MoveQuest do I need in each tier of the hatchery for a daily yield of token from mining. And those of you that are in the tier 4, hopefully you absolutely love it because that's a big deal. Those hatcheries are currently, we are mining 2,000 MoveQuest tokens a day. So that's going to really kind of tighten things up. 1,500 are being distributed through the hatchery for a total of 3,500 a day. But because of the length of time that you're in the hatchery, that is delayed, which gives time for the liquidity pool to ramp up to that level. Those of you, if you look at the golden hatchery, I did adjust the values. Let me go over to the hatchery. That in order to adjust the values, see, we have a specific amount of tokens that can be distributed per day based on the size of the community, based on the submissions. Now, as the submissions increase, the amount of MoveQuest that's mined will increase. And the more the community grows, you'll start to see your fees decrease. Okay, so kind of along the same concepts of what Bitcoin did with their fees. I've told you guys this before. It was so expensive when you had Bitcoin if you wanted to sell it. Now, just like I said before, a $6,000 sell, it cost me over $1,500 to sell it in fees. This was years ago, but it's the same thing. Now Bitcoin is cheap to sell because there's so many people using it, right? But that, blockchains are self-funded ecosystems. And the MoveQuest works the same way. As the community grows, the fees will decrease. But while the community is small, there has to be a balance there for the ecosystem. So I'm going to go over here to the Golden Hatchery. And just so you guys can see, because this was at 30,000 and now it's at 5,000. Okay, so we had to take away from tier 1 and tier 2 in order to increase tier 3. As the community size grows and we're able to increase the amount of MoveQuest that's distributed on a daily basis, then we'll be able to increase the tiers, because we'll be able to say, okay, now it's at 1,500 a day, it's 2,000 a day. But we've got to reach these milestones before we can do that, because at some point, they do come out of the staking and they can be sold. For those of you that are wanting to understand the tax implications on mining and staking, I am working with my accountant currently to kind of get a guide. It's not going to be tax advice, but it is going to give you some basic logic and understanding of what to expect on your taxes with crypto. Basically, for if you hold your crypto, you're pretty good on your taxes, obviously. But you always want to make sure you claim whatever you're obviously putting in your bank as USDT. But there are mining and staking. There are some tax laws on that, so I am getting that together. It's nothing serious. I mean, it's just taxes. Everybody has to pay their taxes. I mean, if you're making really good money, who cares, right? If you can't pay your taxes, you ain't making jack squat. You want to have to pay your taxes. Okay, that's a good thing when you have to pay taxes. It's not so good when you don't have to pay them. So I'm just letting you know, because that question has come up a couple of times. So I am working to get that put together for everybody. And like I said, it won't be tax advice, but it will just kind of give you some insight on what to expect, because a lot of people don't really know when it comes to crypto. So overall, you guys, I think everything looks amazing. And I think we've got amazing community support for the very small size community that we have. You guys have got to be impressed that you're holding on to 866,000 MoveQuest tokens out of the 1 million, the 1.1 million that have been mined from August 1st of last year. I'm impressed by that. I'm so seriously impressed by that. That's a good thing. And so we have an amazing community. You shouldn't get down on, the sellers. It's just that we don't have a demand right now because we haven't seen that growth, because we are just finishing up development. Now, once we get these last little pieces plugged into the system, it's done. We're sprucing everything up so it looks pretty, and then we're moving on to Roadmap 2.0. But at that point, it's ready to go. And it's something that is going to be easily shared at that point. So I think overall, everything looks really, really, it's great. 4 years is almost over. Like, you guys have no idea how good it feels to me. So maybe you guys don't really, feel that the way I do. But for me, I'm like jumping up and down for joy. For me, it's just like, woohoo, this is almost to its end when I can actually say we did it. Hayden and I were on a call today with Justin, and one of the guys that was on that call, he's like, yeah, when I saw you in Vegas a couple of years ago, I knew you would be one of them that would finish what you started. And you don't see that very often. Almost none of these projects ever finish. And so for me, it's been a long road, but one that I'm very glad to see. It's not coming to an end. It's just coming to the end of its first phase. Now we're going to be able to roll into all the fun stuff now, all the gamification, because trust me, I got all kinds of ideas for the gamification side of things. So it's only going to get better. It's just that now we got the infrastructure down. We got that core infrastructure. We did it. We got there. We made this thing do things that we never thought we could make it do, and we found ways to do it and still keep it 100% decentralized and the user in control. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with the whole thing myself, and obviously you guys are too. I can see that. That's all I got right now.
All right, all right. Well, we definitely appreciate that. There was some exciting nuggets in there that you shared with us this evening. I know a lot of people are going to be happy to get their hands on that seller's document for those individuals that, would like the opportunity to, leverage the ability to earn some additional income, that have the desire and wherewithal to, take on such a task. So that's definitely going to be something exciting to see. And a couple other little housekeeping things I want to ask you to I kind of perused through the chat. One of the questions, which I believe you addressed in the last part of what you stated, but everybody keeps asking the question, when does marketing start? When are we going to start seeing some marketing and all of those things? And I just want to see if you can just put a little color on the timing of that, so that it benefits the masses, so that it's the best bang, so to speak, or whatever you can share in relation to that.
Honestly, I don't really have much to share on that tonight because we are working with a person that specializes in marketing. Um, and we still are meeting. Corey and Hayden are basically heading that up with a person that we're hiring to do the marketing. And so I'm not even going to touch that one with a 10-foot pole. I just know what we're doing on our end when it comes to onboarding projects, getting the marketing materials together, getting the seller accounts so that people that do want to sell, have teams, or have, projects can benefit from building in the project and the promotions that we have, some of the social media and stuff that we're going to do. But I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but here's what I look at it like, the marketing is coming out of not the project's pocket, but out of my pocket. So we're going to do the best we can and keep you guys updated as best as we can. But I really don't have anything to share on that date wise. The project isn't at a profit level where it can take from its core ecosystem functions for the marketing. So Hayden knows somebody that works in this field, has for many, many years, worked with him while he was producing his record label, is really good at what he does. And so we're hiring him, bringing him on board to head that off and manage it. That's not my forte. That's not my strength, nor is it anything I even want to begin to dabble in because I'm too vested into the, creative side of this. But everything that we're doing are steps in the right direction. And so I don't really, when it comes out of the project's coffers, then I would say we would have to give you those upfront dates. But right now, that's not what is happening. And so I'm kind of going with the flow myself, and still kind of learning how this is all going to work as well. Like I said, this is outside the scope of what I'm doing, which is the onboarding for projects and their team. So people are just going to have to, stick with what matters to you, which is your health, becoming more fit, mining those tokens. And if you've seen that we've gotten this far in 4 years, you're in good hands and you're just going to have to trust us.
Understand. And then one other question that just over the last couple of weeks, just so they can hear it from you in reference to the promotion that's been going on with the global stats and showing how many people have actually unlocked docking slots, because I know that there's still a handful of people that were truly excited about getting to that last minor.
So I already know what you're saying. I'll just interrupt you so you don't have to keep going with it. So we are having an issue with that data coming across because of the migration that we did. So in people's back offices, the import part, there's so many that haven't imported yet, so all of our data is off. So Waleed is fixing that so I can get the proper stats to come through. And if you have people that are waiting, just compile those wallets to me, please. I'll verify it on chain, and I'll just go in and do it manually from the smart contract, because I have been battling with this now for the last 6 days, and I'm as frustrated as you are. So I'm not trying to be rude by cutting you off, but rather than having you go through the whole thing when I already know what it is, I'm just going to tell you I'm waiting on Waleed to fix the uh, contract so that it will include even the ones that haven't activated yet or imported their miners yet from that, because we went from the old contract into the new mining dot contract so that we could set up the seller account. So yeah, and if I don't respond to a text message, those of you, you guys have my phone number, ring it once or call me until you get me and say, go activate this for me, please, because until I get that data sheet, I can't verify anything. So I need you guys to kind of send me those wallets over. I know Kiki has, and I know that Nick has sent over a couple. And I couldn't even, well, no, I don't even know if they sent me the wallets. I know they had a couple on me to verify, and I can't get the data. I've ran that report. I can't tell you how many times, and it's fallen short. So, and it probably won't be right on the user's dashboard either. So ignore it for a couple of days until Waleed gets that worked out.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's all that I have directly. I don't know if there was anything that you saw that.
Yeah, I'll bring up the Binance Smart Chain because that's also going to be completed by the end of the year as well. Just so everybody knows, we've already started working on it. We have to update that entire side, same as we did, so it works like Avalanche works. Okay, so we're in the process of updating all of that. We will be burning out the majority of those tokens. I'll be telling you guys how all that works. Probably in the next week or two, we'll start going over the Binance side, start getting people set up with their miners and their doc slots and everything, so you can start mining on the Binance side as well. So that is all coming too. We will be in Florida for the 2 crypto events. November, I think it's November 5th. It might be the 4th. I can't remember. I'm going to give you guys the dates and put them on the website. We're not going to have an event there just yet because that's another expense. We got so many expenses going on right now. I have to budget out of what I have remaining for this project. But we will have an event soon. Trust me. I mean, we're getting close to where we're ready to do that. But we will be there. Anybody who wants to go there, we can do. We can get a convention room or something like that. If there's anybody that has an interest in going down to either one of those crypto events, I'll be at both of them. So we'll get that information on site too. But yes, Binance is top priority, wrapping up the final part of the roadmap, getting everything ready to rock and roll so that when we, are heading out of this year, hopefully we have made lots of sellers very wealthy. We've built a very large community and we have a robust market value on our token, and everything is, moving along the way we need it to move. So CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, all of those things will be up. We're updating some additional contracts. I expect us to be on CoinMarketCap here in the next day or two. CoinGecko as well. So everything is really starting to come together.
Wonderful. All right. All right. Well, once again, we want to thank you for taking the time out to come and share with us this evening. We look forward to, getting those, that document on the website here. And she did say, everybody, it may be a few days before it goes up there. So you may not have it tonight or right when we get off the call. But as soon as it's available, we'll make sure that everyone knows that it is available. So that being said, once again, we want to thank everybody for coming out and sharing your time with us yet again. And we look forward to seeing you again this time next week with any new information that we may have on the project. So until next time, everyone, let me see here. What am I doing? As always, yeah, there we go. Nope.
All right. Thank you all too for taking out your time.
All right. You have a wonderful evening. Good night, everybody.
Yep, you guys as well.
Have an amazing night, everyone.
Face up tight, feel the ground shake. Every step's a dollar I make. Left foot, right foot, it's a game we play. health and wealth in a single sway.
Step by step, watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time. Run, walk, jump, it's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy, redefine. Yeah, get healthy, get wealthy.
Redefined. What's my currency? No bank in sight. Sunrise to sunset, I own the night. Every stretch, every twist has a price. This grind pays twice, it's paradise. No excuses, no delay. Every motion makes my pay.
Yeah, hey, step by step, watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time. Run, walk, jump, it's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy.
Redefine.
Hey, step by step,
Watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time.
run, walk, jump.
It's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy. Redefine.
Stumble, fall, I'm still in the race. Each bruise another badge I embrace. Momentum builds, can't erase the sound of corners in every pace. Every pace, every pace. Yeah, come out.
Get healthy, get wealthy, redefine.